I don't know what you're going to ask me, so
See,
I
we're
have to
live,
just-
Janette. Everybody's hearing that. But that's okay, because that's the kind of stuff that goes viral on YouTube. And that's what we're all about. That's what we're talking about today. Right? How do you go viral? How do you make it how do you be successful doing internet marketing, right? That's what we're talking about with you today. And other stuff, which is what? Tell us, because I got that wrong.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm maybe talk a little bit about internet marketing, but really I'm here to talk about how to get yourself in the media.
Okay, so this is like PR, right?
PR.
PR 101.
PR, baby. Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
PR 101.
Okay, great. All right, so where do we start? Because you're the expert. You tell us. We want to get into
How
the
do we get
media.
ourselves out in the media?
Yeah.
How do we become our own magnets for marketing and doing things like that?
Okay, well, there is a process to getting media. And, before I get into that, can I introduce who I am so people know why I know this stuff?
You are good at this stuff.
I know I am. Okay, so I am Janette Burke, your marketing magnet, and I am a marketing PR coach and consultant, and a speaker and a trainer and a columnist, and also now a TV personality with my monthly marketing moment on Mensch Life TV right here on this channel, ThatChannel.com. And I used to run primetime PR for like 14, 15 years, where I served as a publicist and did every facet of publicity, promotion, and marketing that one could possibly think of. So having created my own coaching program now to teach entrepreneurs and professionals and book authors how to do this for themselves, one of the components of the magnetic marketing PR process, which is my process, is how to get yourself in the media. So I do this one-on-one, and I do this in group workshops too. So it's called What the Media Wants to See in Your Press Release, and then part 2 is What the Media Wants to See in Your Media Kit. So in answer to your question, there is a process to getting into the media, and that begins with having a good story to tell. So how do you know if you have a good story to tell? Well, you have to take sort of a look back and see what it is that you actually want to offer. What is your key message? And you have to be able to convey that message in a non-salesy way. It has to be credible news. So a way to look at doing that is to sort of look at your storehouses and think, okay, my topic is, and how can I convey that in different ways? So for example, I convey it when I write my columns by looking at all the different aspects of marketing. And every time I write something or speak about something, giving a speech or go on an interview, it's a different aspect of marketing. So sometimes it's getting in the media, sometimes it's marketing ideas, sometimes it's how to create a profitable image. These are all different aspects of marketing that contain useful, beneficial information to the end user, the reader, if you're going into publications like newspapers, trade journals, or magazines, or the reader, we talked about the reader, the listener, if you're going on radio, broadcast.
Or viewer if it's internet TV like this
Yes,
is.
viewer TV, internet TV, satellite, or regular TV.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes, and you have to figure out what you have to offer.
And then you can move forward as to which sort of venue that you want to proceed as to produce or get it out to the public,
yes,
right?
and okay, so first of all, you have to figure out what you have to offer. Then you have to be able to put it down into a document called a press release, also known as a media release or a news release. And that document cannot be more than 2 pages, and it's supposed to be double-spaced, and there's a format to doing it. It has to show who the sender is, who the contact is. It has to have a headline that encompasses the total message of what, and then it has to be different paragraphs with subheadings, so that if an editor or broadcaster is just skimming it, they'll get the essence of the entire.
Because that's all they do. They just skim.
That's correct, because they're very busy people.
That's right.
Yeah?
You got to hit them in that first couple of lines, or you've lost them, right?
Correct, or it's like garbage, trash.
Janette, I've got a press release right here. There it is. And it's and I don't know, it's more than 2 pages, and this is from the CBC.
Oh,
What
And we know how well they're doing.
What
these
are they
days.
doing?
I
wrong?
don't know, but I can tell you I'm a little shocked to see that a CBC person would issue a press release longer than 2 pages.
Maybe they figure they're sending it to us. We got all the
Yeah.
time in the world. We got.
Okay, so,
could read
well,
it
she
in
did a
between
couple
interviews.
things right.
Yeah.
She did indicate where the end of the release is, and it's actually 2 and a little bit of a page. She
Okay.
probably needs to condense. A couple of things I noticed right here off the bat is that the spacing, she could have fixed that up a bit. No headlines, subtitles. If she had had the subtitles, it would be easier to
You know,
find the
it's.
information.
I agree with you. You know, I've sort of got a background in technical communication.
Yes, I know.
Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Okay.
I know everything about you, Hugh. Not
Everything.
everything. But I lied.
Well, I'll fill you in later.
Steve. I don't know as much about you.
No,
as
you
Steve.
don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. But that makes sense, and it seems like how important is it? I guess it's really important, isn't it? Because people need to do whatever it takes to make people aware about their businesses so that they can, do their business, be successful, achieve
Well,
their
PR is
objectives.
one of the best and most cost-effective ways to promote a business, and it's suitable for every business, whether you're a funeral director or whether you're a florist. Plus the cost, right? It's free. It's free publicity.
Yeah.
And if you would compare it to the cost of advertising, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, I got a funny little story to tell you. You know, of course, Guy Laliberté went into space a couple
Right.
weeks ago, right? It cost him, I don't know, what,
25
$25
million,
million
yeah.
or something like that.
25 million spent.
But he had his staff or somebody figure out what the value of the PR from that,
Would be.
the value of all the pages of publicity that he got, and it was like something like $500
Hundreds
million.
of millions. Half a bill, sure.
Well, for sure, because when you take into account that PR encompasses print, radio, TV, internet, now social media, I mean, how do you account for that in advertising dollars
Yeah.
or the equivalency of?
Well, he
right?
actually used live feed from his time up there for his shows down here. in
Oh,
the
and so
background.
he should.
I mean,
and
absolutely.
so he should. Videos are the way to go.
Right. So
Need that.
That was a
Definitely need
business
that.
venture. That wasn't him spending 25 million. That was him spending it to make it too. So
Well, I'm sure he's a very brilliant man.
He
He's
is.
done very well for himself, and I'm sure he took the calculated risk into account prior to getting on board.
Yeah, and looking forward to the parties upon his return.
you know, kidding.
Parties are also nice. Actually, that's a good thing that people understand, actually, that PR is a little bit more than just getting yourself into the media.
Right.
Which seems to be a miscommunication amongst people when they hear the word PR, public relations, which is, technically dealing with the public in any way where you project your image and your message. A lot of business people, particularly small business people, seem to forget that PR encompasses a lot more than just media relations, which is kind of what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Getting yourself in the media, relations with the media. It is branding, it's messaging, it's special events, it's every aspect of marketing you can possibly think of encroaches on the PR element. And a good publicist needs to know all of that and be able to do every piece effectively. I think now Hollywood's really getting on the whole PR bandwagon, and they're trying to show what the role of a publicist is, or what they do to merit the retainer fee that they
Really?
monthly retainer fee.
It's probably the publicists that are behind that whole movement.
Well, I don't know.